Good morning, Colorado soccer fans. This is Matt Pollard with Burgundy Wave. It is Saturday, can't even remember what the date is, July 18th, and today is the opening of Centennial Stadium down in Centennial, the temporary home of Denver Summit FC. It's just after 9:30 in the morning. I'm about to head down there. Gates open for everybody, including media at 10:30, so I've got a little under an hour right now for that. Super excited about that. Eamon Shaw is going to be going to the Colorado Rapids opening training. He's going to be speaking to Lucas Harrington. It's his first media availability since leaving for the World Cup to go play with Australia. So going to have some written and maybe a YouTube live. But this is going to be, we're doing another vlog. I thought the vlogs did really well and were super fun to do for the World Cup. My audience seemed to enjoy them, so it's the opening of Denver Summit's new stadium. Let's do a vlog. I think they've also done a really good job of kind of taking you in from a picture standpoint, having you come with me and having a really good visual of what that looks like. And we've gotten some visual tidbits of just what the bowl or the stands of the stadium and the pitch look like at Centennial Stadium, but maybe not the inner workings. This will be my first time in and seeing the press box. Super excited about that. So come with me, and if you're not one of the 12,000 people who's going to be at the game today, this is a really good chance for you to get an inside scoop of what Centennial Stadium looks like, what the construction maybe around it looks like, and what a match day experience is going to look like for Denver Summit for the next couple of years until Santa Fe Yards is open. Lots of storylines from today as well. Lindsey Heaps is officially available. I presume that she'll be making her first appearance for Denver Summit, her debut. Whether or not she starts, given her fitness, is a really good question. Tosh Flint has come back from her rib injury, so she's available. Sophia Wilson from Windsor, Colorado, is here as a Portland Thorns player. So really an exciting matchup with two of the big Colorado natives in the U.S. women's national team. Set up Lindsey Heaps' debut. Potentially some chaos of first time a stadium's opening and not everything's fully open. And oh, by the way, it's a noon game and it's going to be 90 degrees. So I have packed my sunscreen. So come with me. Let's go cover Denver Summit Stadium opener. With other people. Yeah. And here we are. And there's the stadium. I'm not saying that I could get away with not having a credential. And here we are. Sam, you want to say hi to the vlog?
What's up, guys?
This is Sam Sworsley. He's going to be doing photos for us today. Just got parked in the gravel lot next to the players lot here at the Common Spirit Performance Center. It is just after 10:30, so gates are open. Traffic was a little bit of a mess. It's everybody's first day of school, and we're not sure where everything is, but I've had worse situations logistically, Sam. The first game of the World Cup was way worse in terms of nobody knew where anything was, so Summit are winning in that regard. And we're in. And now we have to go back to the other side of the stadium where the press box is. Bathrooms. Really nice feature here. Got a bit of a concourse or another hallway, if you will, away from the scaffolding and also underneath the shade. Easy to have your stands be the roof for lightning and rain cover too. It is bright. Coors Light. Gotta have Dippin' Dots.
How pressy of you.
All right, we're on the top floor. There's Borges, there's Heaps. I assume Lindsey has a thing. Oop, step down. Control room, Spanish radio. Ooh, broadcast cameras. This is Scott. He's helping us out. Haha! Deuce is wild. And we're here. And we're here now in the press box. Matt Wick, Sum It Up, also of Rapid's various media stuff. Matt, initial reactions to the stadium, the press box situation, the AC.
Stadium is fantastic. I love the green. I feel like it's going to be electric. Sam from fan coordination told me the supporter section is on a 34-degree angle, so it's really going to project that noise.
It's almost like Audi Field.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
there we go.
Since people have been hanging out in the concourses, there are various refreshments and merch tents around.
The shaded hallways underneath the stands for rain, snow, super hot, solid. Because Dick's Sporting Goods Park, it's basically get underneath the roof on the side.
No, Dick's Sporting Goods Park, it's hang out in the bathroom.
Or Dale's.
Or
okay. Yeah, but I'm just in terms of I want to be under shade, I want some shield from the elements. Because up in the press box, other than like blowing snow, we don't really have to deal with that like the fans. So
yeah, there's absolutely no shade in the stands.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
While part of Dick's is not shaded for half of the game, none of Centennial is shaded for any of the game. So
as a ginger, I'm very grateful for our shaded roof situation. So you know, for a pop-up temporary stadium, Matt, that's going back to the community, that's going to be like high school football games, 8.5 out of 10.
I would say, and I think a lot of the Summit leadership is Southern in upbringing, so we're getting very Lanai vibes.
Okay.
With the canopy press box. I'm about to get a sweet tea and a fan and start saying "bless her heart" every time a bad play happens.
Adjacent in like a boundary layer. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, lineups are dropping out. Let's talk about that. All right, folks, and here we are in the press box. We have lineups for the games, and the big news is that Lindsey Heaps is starting in midfield. So just back to front. In goal, Abby Smith, no surprise there. In defense, Kaylee Kurtz, Janine Sonis, Ayo Aka, Eva Gattino. No notes there. In midfield, it looks like we might have a 3-player midfield. It's Devin Lynch along with Lindsay, Delaney Sheehan, and then Tosh Flint are the 4 listed midfielders, so would be curious to know what that looks like shape-wise. And then it is Yaz Ryan and Olivia Thomas in attack. I'm gonna guess a 4-2-3-1, maybe a 4-3-3, depending on what Tosh Flint's doing and who's up top, but we'll see. And then on the bench, it is Meg Reed, Natalie Means, Emma Reagan, Ali Brazier, Una McCormick, Carson Pickett, Uzuki Yamamoto, Melissa Kostler, and Kat Assman. So certainly have some live wire substitutes when the game gets stressed in the second half. Bring on some fresh legs in the heat. And the big news that we have out of the Portland Thorns lineup is that Sophia Wilson is starting up top in the number 9 role. So not a lot of surprises there. Only real question I have, how many minutes does Tosh Flint have in her legs given the recent injury and coming back? And how long does Lindsey Heaps go? We'll find out.
Team for the first time to Centennial Stadium.
Together we climb to prove them right. Like Colorado's peace, we gain elevation.
16th minute, we are going to VAR. Janine Sonis appeared to be pushed down for a foul in the box that then led to Ao Akaw setting up Lindsey Heaps, or doing a 1-2, and then that shot being blocked. There's a chance Summit are about to get a penalty.
After review, Portland number 25 does not commit a tripping offense.
My eager eyes on Mr. Brightside. All right, folks, halftime here at Centennial Stadium. Denver Summit 1, Portland Thorns 1. Summit controlled most of the half for me. They were clearly the protagonists. Unfortunate situation with Janine Sonis committing a penalty against Sophia Wilson, and then Soph ends up putting it in coolly and calmly for Thorns to take the lead. And there was really only one or maybe two other sequences that really concerned you about what Thorns were doing in the attack. Summit had most of the ball. They had most of the opportunities. Lindsey Heaps had a shot that gets cleared off the line that from the replays I've seen was not over the line, but certainly the crowd wanted VAR to take a look at that. They had a bunch of corners. Olivia Thomas had a really good opportunity. Yaz Ryan had a scorcher as well. Summit are the better team. Summit are in control of the ball. It is really hot. It is really difficult. We actually got a hydration break that I think warranted it, unlike the World Cup, and it is not a butts and seats sellout. I don't know who decided that this was a noon game other than CBS wanting it because it worked for their programming. But still really good vibes. 14ers base camp is having fun. Summit are playing well other than the penalty that they conceded. Sonis with a couple of other kind of body checks that didn't really get called. So she had a wild half to, potentially draw a penalty, have a couple tough fouls to where maybe she gets called for something on a 50-50. She's slow to get up. She concedes the penalty that lets Thorns take the lead. And then a hopeful cross from her into the box looking for the head of Heaps that goes over everybody's head, bounces past the goalkeeper and in. So happy for her. We'll see what happens in the second half. I wonder whether or not play slows down, and I'm sure Thorns, given their run of form on the road this season, would be happy with the 1-1 draw. We'll see. Second half, hydration break, 75th minute. It is still 1-1. I think the Thorns have managed the situation really well. The game slowed down. It's become more about moments, and it's been conducive to them attacking through Wilson and Jordan, who just got subbed off in transition. Summit, a few plays to Thomas, but the first half was way more eventful and active off the ball than the second half has been so far. Players definitely feeling with the weather. We'll see what happens. Nick Cushing just made some subs, so hopefully they've got some fresh legs coming on.
for getting behind us tonight, or today. It's mid-afternoon. We needed it, and you guys were everything today.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're not going to fault you for saying the wrong thing. And it was hot out here, and you guys really brought the heat with the cheering. How about when the game was on the line? What has made you believe already in this team that you guys are going to find a solution?
Well, behind the scenes, the work we've done in the past 2 weeks, the mentality of this group, obviously 2 struggled matches in the last weeks. We really came together, and I mean, you put out a game like that, everyone was behind each other, and we knew we were going to win in the end of the day. We just didn't know how the ball was getting in the back of the net, so that was a nice one.
It was a really nice one. All right, Lindsey, I'm going to let you go get some water. Welcome home.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
All right. And we're headed downstairs. All right, folks, that'll do it. Oh, excuse me. Just walking through here. Getting out of the press conference, we spoke to Nick Cushing, and then also Janine Sonis and Lindsey Heaps. No Natalie Means, unfortunately. Banner day, really good night, really good day. We've had a lot of really good days, at least I have in my coverage so far this year. Had the 2 games at Mile High, obviously all of the World Cup stuff. I think about as perfect a day you could have had from a Colorado soccer standpoint, really, other than, I would say, the temperatures and then just the logistics of it being a new stadium and nobody knowing where stuff was and the parking being a little bit of a mess. But you had Lindsey Heaps' debut. She captains the side. She goes 90 minutes. She was great. Janine Sonis does her things on both sides of the ball, for better or worse. You had a unexpected hero who has been working really hard and then gets their flowers, and Natalie Means scoring the winner. And if there was a bad thing for the Summit that was going to happen today, the fact that it was a goal scored by Sophia Wilson isn't that bad from a Colorado soccer standpoint. Heat was really bad. It was so hot. My device was overheating. It was announced as a sellout. It was not a butts and seats sellout. I have to imagine there was a decent rotation of fans coming down here onto the concourse where it's nice and shady to get some cool breaks. But in terms of the average butts and seats, I would say it was about 75, maybe 80% full. I assume that's going to get better. You know, this kickoff time worked for CBS and basically nobody else. Denver Summit found a way to figure that out, deal with it, and ultimately get the result, and that's what matters. So good day for Colorado soccer, great day for Lindsey Heaps. A big 3 points against a team that has struggled on the road, so that was much needed. And now I know where everything is. That's going to make my coverage, our coverage, a little bit easier, just knowing where everything is. Hope the fans had fun. Hope nobody got sunburnt. I'm sure some did. But that'll do it for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed visiting Centennial Stadium, home of Denver Summit Football Club.